You're watching a Highwire Media podcast.
1993's Jurassic Park, directed by the legendary Steven Spielberg and adapted from Michael Crichton's novel, is often heralded as a landmark achievement in modern cinema. It seamlessly combines cutting-edge special effects, a thrilling narrative, and a surprisingly reflective moral core that questions the implications of humanity's quest for scientific achievement. In the decades since its release, Jurassic Park has become woven into the cultural fabric, spawning sequels, theme park rides, video games, and countless homages in pop culture. As a cornerstone of the science fiction and adventure genre, it continues to captivate a new generation of viewers. We're going to explore the film's plot, characters, visual effects, music, themes, and overall impact. Along the way, we'll dig into how it balances wonder with terror, cutting-edge technology with moral introspection, and blockbuster excitement with deeper philosophical questions. Strap in, just like you would on that ill-fated tour Jeep, and prepare for a deep dive into the magic and menace that is Jurassic Park. Spielberg's Jurassic Park is based on Michael Crichton's 1990 novel of the same name. Crichton, who is already celebrated for blending scientific concepts with high-stake narratives, think back to the Andromeda Strain, Congo, crafted Jurassic Park to explore the consequences of resurrecting extinct species through advanced genetic engineering. The novel's central premise, recovering prehistoric dinosaur DNA from ancient mosquitoes preserved in amber, captured the public's imagination with a blend of realism and scientific plausibility. Spielberg, fresh off successes like E.T., Indiana Jones, and Jaws, recognized the potential of this premise as a thrilling cinematic spectacle. Before diving into the film's qualities, it's important to note that Spielberg took creative liberties in adapting Crichton's book. Certain characters were softened, relationships were restructured, and the novel's darker, more violent tendencies were toned down to craft a more family-friendly film. John Hammond, played by Richard Attenborough, undergoes one of the most dramatic changes on the page. He is portrayed as a more unscrupulous entrepreneur driven by greed. On screen, Hammond's motivations are more benevolent, driven by the wide-eyed dream of giving the world something magical. Such alterations help ground the film in the tradition of Spielbergian wonder, where well-intentioned but flawed humans become overshadowed by uncontrollable forces of nature. Though significant differences exist between the novel and the films, the central tension remains consistent. Scientists discovering an unprecedented ability to control nature, only to realize that nature defies containment. This resonates throughout the film's most memorable sequences, tying directly into Dr. Ian Malcolm's chaotic musing, Life Finds a Way. Indeed, adapting a high-concept scientific thriller to the silver screen is a monumental task. But Spielberg managed to tap into both the terror and the awe that defined Crichton's narrative. The film's central premise revolves around an exotic island located off Costa Rica's Pacific coast. Billionaire entrepreneur John Hammond and his biotech company InGen have used advanced genetic manipulation to clone dinosaurs. The result is an exclusive theme park that's nearing completion, promising visitors a chance to see living, breathing dinosaurs up close. To ease the concern of investors, especially after the park worker is attacked, Hammond invites several experts to tour the facility. Paleontologist Dr. Alan Grant, played by Sam Neill, paleobotanist Dr. Ellie Sattler, played by Laura Dern, and the aforementioned mathematician and chaos theorist Dr. Ian Malcolm, played by Jeff Goldblum. Joining them are Hammond's grandchildren Lex and Tim. At first, the wonders of Jurassic Park appear purely magical. The group witnesses a colossal brachiosaurus roaming the lush terrain, and there's almost a childlike amazement in every reaction, especially from Grant, whose stoic demeanor melts into wide-eyed awe. This sense of wonder is quickly contrasted with ominous hints that controlling such colossal creatures might be beyond the realm of simple fences and corporate oversight. When a tropical storm hits the island and corporate sabotage by disgruntled programmer Dennis, played by Wayne Knight, disables the park's security systems, the dinosaurs run amok. The once carefully curated spectacle becomes a life or death struggle for survival. Through the lens of cinematic structure, Jurassic Park executes a classic three-act progression. The first act introduces the concept of dinosaur cloning, the characters who will shape our moral and thematic perspective, and a gorgeous, fantastical environment. The second act plunges us into chaos as systems fail, alliances are forged or broken, dinosaurs turn from objects of fascination to apex predators. The final act delivers confrontation, escape, and closure, albeit leaving open-ended questions about the feasibility of such an endeavor. In short, the film is a masterclass at pacing, moving from wide-eyed scientific wonder to claustrophobic terror without ever losing the audience's emotional investment. Dr. Alan Grant, portrayed by Sam Neill, functions as the film's grounded center. He's introduced excavating dinosaur fossils in the scorching Badlands, portrayed as a brilliant, somewhat reserved paleontologist with little patience for modern technology or children. Grant represents the past, both literally and metaphorically. His research is academically focused, gleaning knowledge from relics in the earth. When he first encounters an actual living dinosaur, it challenges everything he thought he knew. This character arc resonates on a deeply personal level. Throughout the film, Grant transitions from an abstract fascination with dinosaur bones to developing an intimate and harrowing relationship with living dinosaurs. The film also cleverly integrates Grant's uncertainty about kids. Early on, he openly expresses disdain for the messy, unpredictable nature of kids. However, when he is thrust into a survival scenario with Hammond's grandchildren, his paternal instincts and compassion bubble to the surface. In the face of rampaging dinosaurs, he becomes their protector, comforting Tim when he's frightened and guiding Lex through jungle perils. This subplot underscores the film's larger theme of unpredictability. Grant, who prefers the controlled environment of paleontological digs, finds himself literally and metaphorically forced to evolve. By the movie's conclusion, Grant holds Lex and Tim close, revealing a softened disposition that parallels humanity's humbling before nature's power. If Grant represents earnest skepticism, Dr. Ian Malcolm represents flamboyant cynicism and philosophical foreboding. Malcolm is the chaotic soul of Jurassic Park. He's introduced as a mathematician specializing in chaos theory, a field that studies systems that are likely sensitive to initial conditions. From the moment he steps onto the screen, he's snarky, flirtatious, and disarmingly incisive. Trademark line, "Life finds a way," has come to define not just his own character, but also the film's central warning that controlling nature is an illusion. Malcolm's role in the story is twofold. First, he offers comedic relief, often spouting witty one-liners and sardonic observations. Second, he provides the film's moral compass regarding the hubris of humanity's attempts to dominate nature. In one memorable scene, around a lunch table, Malcolm criticizes Hammond's entire enterprise. His diatribe is a highlight of the film's philosophical conversation. Your scientists were so preoccupied with whether or not they could that they didn't stop to think if they should. This single line encapsulates the main ethical dilemma. Just because we have the technology to do something unprecedented does not automatically justify doing it. Throughout the story, Malcolm becomes a voice of "I told you so," especially once the park systems fail. Yet, for all of his cynicism, there is vulnerability. After the T-Rex escapes its paddock, Malcolm's heroic bravado lands him severely injured. Confined to a makeshift bed in the visitor center, he can only watch as the park dissolves into chaos. His prophecy is tragically validated. In a sense, his sidelined position after the T-Rex attack reinforces the idea that no one, no matter how insightful, can fully escape the consequences of tampering with something as unstoppable as nature's ancient reptilian titans. John Hammond is played with grandfatherly warmth by Sir Richard Attenborough. He's a dreamer, an entrepreneur, and the man behind the curtain of Jurassic Park. Despite his substantial wealth and visionary project, Hammond is portrayed more sympathetically in the film than in Crichton's novel. Spielberg's adaptation shows him as a showman with a genuine desire to share wonders with the world, akin to Walt Disney. Attenborough brings a gentle optimism to the role, punctuated by a few moments of naive arrogance, especially when he insists that the park is safe despite obvious warning signs. The dynamic tension is that Hammond sees Jurassic Park not as a monument to greed, but as a grand gift to humanity. In his mind, he's igniting the spark of childlike wonder in every visitor. However, his unwavering optimism blinds him to the possibility of catastrophic failure. He employs fail-safe automated tours, electric fences, and on-staff experts, but he never fully grasps that dinosaurs are living, evolving beings, untamed by the park's corporate scheduling. His exchange with Ellie Sattler towards the end of the film, where he confesses his anguish and disappointment, reveals the tragic undercurrent beneath his aspirations. Steven Spielberg is no stranger to creating both wonder and fear, from the primal terror of Jaws to the childlike innocence of E.T. He has a unique ability to balance the emotional scales. In Jurassic Park, Spielberg orchestrates the film's tone shifts masterfully. The initial awe of seeing a Brachiosaurus for the first time, coupled with John Williams' majestic score, exemplifies the sense of magic. Soon after the film slowly transitions into a suspenseful horror scenario, culminating in the T-Rex's dramatic padlock escape, still frequently cited as one of the greatest set pieces in cinema. Spielberg also excels at using perspective to exchange suspense and wonder. Notice how often the camera mimics a child's viewpoint, looking up, towering dinosaurs, or focusing on subtle environmental cues, like vibrating water in a cup. This technique allows the audience to experience the scale of the dinosaurs in a deeply visceral way. When the T-Rex eventually appears, the build-up is excruciatingly slow, but incredibly effective. Rain pours, the fence is broken, the goat's leg lands on the tour vehicle's roof. Then that iconic shot, a giant pupil-dilating eye looking in through the window. Spielberg's pacing is impeccable, ensuring that when the predator fully emerges, it's as terrifying as it is thrilling. Tonally, Spielberg employs a roller coaster approach, offering the audience breathers of comedic relief or quiet dialogue scenes, or plunging them back into dinosaur-fueled suspense. This ebb and flow keeps viewers engaged, never quite sure when the next terrifying moment might occur. The end result is an expertly crafted adventure horror hybrid that appeals to a wide range of audiences: families, thrill seekers, science fiction fans, and those with a taste for old-fashioned monster movies. You cannot review Jurassic Park without emphasizing its revolutionary visual effects. Released in 1993, the film arrived at a tipping point between traditional practical effects and emerging computer-generated imagery. Spielberg enlisted the talents of Stan Winston, known for practical creature designs in Aliens and Terminator 2, and Industrial Light and Magic for the digital work. The result was a seamless blend of animatronics and CGI that to this day is lauded for its realism. This dual approach forged a new path for Hollywood. Jurassic Park demonstrated that CGI could do more than produce gimmicky visuals. It could create living, breathing characters. Many contemporary blockbusters rely heavily on visual effects, but few maintain the same sense of tangibility and weight as Spielberg's Dinosaurs. Arguably the film that jump-started the industry's rapid evolution into the digital age. Legendary composer John Williams collaborated with Spielberg yet again on Jurassic Park, providing a majestic and haunting score. Williams' compositions have strike a balance between soaring wonder and subtle terror, mirroring the film's tonal duality. The main theme, often associated with the first glimpse of the Brachiosaurus, features sweeping strings and a sense of grand discovery. It's become instantly recognizable, embodying the childlike excitement of seeing a dinosaur come to life. Yet Williams never overplays the grandeur at the expense of tension. The music shifts seamlessly into darker, more percussive territory during chase or suspense scenes. One moment you're basking in a gentle flute melody, the next you're gripped by dissonant chords that heighten the terror of a velociraptor creeping through a kitchen. In many ways, the Jurassic Park score encapsulates the film's heart, an ode to the coexistence of wonder and danger. Melodic motifs reoccur at key emotional beats, reinforcing the journey from naive optimism to heart-stopping awe. Williams' work here also has a timeless quality, whether it's used in the film's official sequels, theme park attractions, or video game adaptations. The main theme never fails to evoke goosebumps. It's an integral layer of the film's identity, tapping into universal feelings of amazement, curiosity, and a smidge of dread. In the pantheon of John Williams scores, Star Wars, Indiana Jones, Harry Potter, the Jurassic Park theme holds its own, frequently cited as a beloved piece of modern cinematic music. Beneath its blockbuster facade, Jurassic Park grapples with a host of philosophical and ethical themes. The most prominent theme is humanity's hubris, our arrogance in assuming we can control nature. Hammond and his team believe that genetic fences and electronic barriers can maintain order. Yet the dinosaurs resurrected from a 65 million year slumber defy such simplistic constraints. Dr. Malcolm's admonitions about chaos theory ring true. Small changes like an unexpected storm or a single disgruntled employee cascade into a system-wide failure. Secondary theme is the moral responsibility that accompanies scientific progress. The park's scientists pat themselves on the back for achieving the impossible, but they never fully address the moral ramifications of resurrecting extinct species in a modern environment. Dr. Sattler's observations after witnessing the devastation highlight the unforeseen consequences of playing with forces we scarcely understand. We can't control their chromosomes, nor can we predict how they'll behave outside our curated illusions. Nature's resiliency is another subtext. Dinosaurs are not mere exhibits. They're living creatures, evolving and adapting, even in captivity. The film's subplots about the dinosaurs' unexpected breeding habits, underscore that life isn't easily boxed into neat human categories. Every time the humans try to impose order by writing lines of code or erecting fences, nature reveals a new avenue for chaos. It's a cautionary tale that resonates well beyond dinosaurs, reflecting broader concerns about unchecked scientific endeavors, from genetic engineering to artificial intelligence. A review of Jurassic Park would be incomplete without spotlighting the film's iconic sequences. Each set piece combines Spielberg's directorial prowess, top-tier acting, and groundbreaking effects to deliver unforgettable cinematic moments. So, of course, right off the bat, you gotta go with the Brachiosaurus introduction, one of the film's most magical scenes. It's the moment where our characters first witness a living dinosaur. The camera pans to a towering Brachiosaurus nibbling on treetops, accompanied by Williams' triumphant score. The characters all in the audiences feel palpable. And of course, right after that, you gotta talk about the T-Rex breakout. It's a masterclass in suspense filmmaking. The build-up includes trembling water cups, heavy footfalls, a dark, rain-lashed environment. When the T-Rex finally appears, her roar shakes the screen. The sequence is both terrifying and exhilarating, employing practical animatronics that make the danger feel very real. Set in broad daylight, this sequence showcases the possibilities of CGI. Grant, Lex, and Tim watch a herd of gallimimus dinosaurs sprint across open grassland. The bright setting highlights the film's capacity for wonder, even amid chaos. And then, of course, we got the raptor kitchen scene. Claustrophobic, nail-biting sequence featuring Lex and Tim from cunning velociraptors in the visitor center kitchen. The tension is ratcheted up by the raptor's intelligence. They open doors, coordinate moves, sniff out their prey with unsettling precision. And of course, though short, gotta mention the final confrontation. The T-Rex's final roar as a banner reading, "When dinosaurs ruled the earth," flutters down around her, is a moment etched into film history. It's equal parts triumphant and ironic, suggesting that dinosaurs' reclaiming of a world they once dominated. Jurassic Park burst onto the scene in '93 and immediately became a global phenomenon. It earned over $900 million worldwide in its initial run, an astronomical figure at the time, later crossing the $1 billion mark after subsequent re-releases. Beyond the box office success, the film profoundly influenced pop culture. Toys, video games, comics, and a multitude of official merchandise flooded the market. Theme park attractions featuring life-size animatronic dinosaurs became must-visit experiences for fans craving a taste of that cinematic magic. Even academically, Jurassic Park sparked renewed interest in paleontology and genetics. Museums reported heightened attendance and increased curiosity about dinosaurs. While the movie took significant liberties with scientific accuracy, for example, the assumption that dinosaur DNA could be preserved in amber, or the portrayal of velociraptors as bigger than they historically were, it nevertheless ignited public fascination. Suddenly, dinosaurs were cool again, not just relics of a dusty past, but also potential glimpses into the wonders of science. In terms of cinematic craft, Jurassic Park set a new bar for the seamless incorporation of CGI. Filmmakers took note, and soon CGI would dominate big-budget productions, for better or worse. Spielberg himself returned to the franchise with The Lost World Jurassic Park in '97, and then the series continued with Jurassic Park 3 in 2001, and later Jurassic Park World films released much later. While each subsequent entry capitalized on the brand's commercial viability, few matched the awe and narrative tightness of the original. Nevertheless, the franchise endures as a testament to the timeless appeal of witnessing dinosaurs roam among humans. When asked why Jurassic Park remains so enthralling, many point to its perfect balance. It's part thrilling monster movie, part philosophical rumination, part family adventure, and at its core it speaks to a universal human impulse to see the impossible become real. Dinosaurs, these ancient rulers of a bygone Earth, represent both our fascination with the unknown and our fear of unrestrained power. Spielberg taps into that primal curiosity and dread, making the film a modern myth about mankind's overreach. In addition, Jurassic Park capitalizes on timeless storytelling beats, hero's journey, and the old cautionary tale about playing God. The dinosaurs might be the primary draw, but the film also invests in its human characters, giving each a chance to shine. and to reflect on the experiences. That emotional core grounds the spectacle, making the audience care who lives and who becomes dinosaur chow. Then there's the technical brilliance, like we mentioned. Even decades later, the dinosaur effects hold up remarkably well, often more convincingly than many CGI-laden films that followed. This is partly due to the film's judicious use of practical effects, but also a testament to the pioneering spirit behind the camera. It's easy for modern audiences to forget just how groundbreaking it was to see a photorealistic dinosaur in '93. The blend of physical and digital is done so deftly that it transcends the limitations of its era. In the annals of film history, few movies achieve the instant classic status and long-lasting cultural imprint of Jurassic Park. Released in '93, it fused visionary direction, groundbreaking special effects, unforgettable music, and universal themes about curiosity, wonder, and the limits of human control. Spielberg took Michael Crichton's already riveting concept and transformed it into a blockbuster that balanced childlike excitement, spine-chilling horror. The film's characters, from the cautious Dr. Grant to the chaotic Dr. Malcolm and the dreamer John Hammond, each contribute to a layered narrative that asks, did we do something just because we can? In the end, Jurassic Park's success is rooted in its capacity to evoke both the outer boundaries of our imagination and the inner moral compass that questions those boundaries. We watch in awe as dinosaurs roam again, but we also tremble with the realization that our reach often exceeds our grasp. So with that, let me know your thoughts on the very first Jurassic Park movie in the comment section below. Were you a fan of it? Did you like it? What were your favorite moments? And let me know, what's your favorite dinosaur? Anyways, give us a thumbs up if you like the video, hit that subscribe button down below, and hit the bell notification button to be notified of future videos. And of course, if you want to support the channel, you can buy us a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/cinemagold. As always, you can find us on all major podcast platforms, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Good Pods. And with that, I leave you now. So thank you so much for watching and listening. See you next time.